Hi, this is Dominic from Paphos Life, and in today's film we're going from Coral Bay to Paphos City. So let's have the map up first of all, and you'll see we're starting just before Coral Bay Strip and going up to the main coast road, and from there we're driving down the coast road through Kissonerga, past St George's Beach, and then we're going to get to the start of Paphos where we're turning up into Moutallos, and from there we're going up to the Mesogi road Little. So first of all we've got Coral Bay Beach on the right, which we're going past. Notice as well that there's a car park on the left, so if you don't want to get at all bumpy or the right hand bit full, you can park there as well. And there was a bus station there too, or the bus stop rather. Now it'll be for the 615, which will take you to Tomb of the Kings Road bus station at Paphos. And in front of us there's a guy towing a boat for the first part of the journey. And you'll have the Cali Resort and Spa on the left, which has just been renovated. Used to be the Crown Resort Horizon. That's that turning there, and that will bring us on to Coral Bay Strip itself, which is a real pleasure to drive down these days. Here's second cup of coffee on the right. I'm not going to name every establishment though. It'd take a long time. I wouldn't have enough time basically. These trees are doing nicely. So here we are on the main strip that you all know and love. And I have to say it's really come up nicely for strip, hasn't it? After its renovation. There's Andrea on the right, fellows on the left, and Seriani. Plugged them enough over the last few months. And numerous other places. There's a bit of parking on the strip itself, but if you take one of the turnings to the left, you'll get access to a lot more parking. Or on the right for that matter. And if you want to be really safe, then park before you get to Coral Bay Strip at the linear park, which we'll highlight because there's lots of parking there, and there's got a couple of 100-yard walk from there to the strip itself. Turn left up here will take you to Paya, where we came from. We didn't come from that spot in our last film. We came from Paya in the last film. So yeah, on the right, you can turn in there if you're coming from Paphos, and you can park wherever linear park begins there. There's lots of places to park. But we're heading from Coral Bay to Paphos now, and on the right you'll have Potimer Bay, which we'll be driving past for quite a while because it's a big bay. And on the left is turning to Akorsos, and if you can follow that you get the scenic route up to Kafikas. It's a very windy road, I have to say. And if you're a resident here, that's the closest green point up there to Paya. Won't really interest you that if you're here on holiday though. There's also a turning up here for the Mavrokylimpos reservoir. Unless you really want to visit every reservoir in Paphos though, I wouldn't bother. The road to it is not very good. There's a big danger warning sign. There's a turning for it anyway. And there's some houses down there, and then you get to this rather collapsed old road which takes you to the dam itself. It's pretty enough, and I suppose it's very good for bird watchers, but there's little else to going for it to warrant you bothering to take a trip up there. You can see Potimer Bay more clearly now on the right. There's a tiny little bit of surf. You do get surfers here when there were more waves about, it has to be said. And if you're walking this route, you want to be on the other side of the road behind that crash barrier, because I think a chap that there's a little shrine to him on the left there was mown down by a car in the early hours of the morning a couple of years ago walking this route. So stay away from the main road if you have to make the walk yourself. But on the right here is where you can park, and it's a very popular place to see the sunset here. And if you want to do it with a bit more comfort, then go into this cafe on the right, which is the CU Beach Bar, a very popular place. And just up there on the right is where the Kissonerga coast path ends. But there's nothing to stop you from there walking all the way up to Cobble Bay along the coast. Right, if you want to go to the main Kissonerga shopping area, you'd be turning left here. That will take you through Kissonerga, Lempa, Chloraka, and to Moutallos, that's the word I was looking for. But we're going to stick to the coast road now. If you are curious about the other roads, pound to a penny says I would have already done films about them, so just look through our channel and you can see what's available. Oh, and talking of channels, if you do like our films, please do subscribe to our YouTube channel and share them far and wide, because the more people who see them, the better it is for us in terms of YouTube, ad revenue, and just reach. So please like and subscribe us and share far and wide. Normally I'd say go to our coffee page, but I'm in the process of changing that at the moment. So there are still affiliate links you can see at paphoslife.com/coffee, but the actual buy as a coffee thing is non-functional at the moment. But I'm moving to a different platform for that, but until that's done, I'm not going to go on about it. So anyway, we're going through Kissonerga. If you turn right there, is the best place to actually park for the coast path. There's an Icagora. Icagora is I'm not sure how you describe it. They sell a lot of British stuff there. Sort of at a discount price to what you'd normally expect. Not quite sure how they achieve such a monumental feat, but I know you can get cheap Branston pickle there for a start, and various assorted cat foods. But they also, they have a wide range of stuff. I'm just saying what I normally buy there. Because shopping in Cyprus, well, I don't know about the east of the island, but definitely in Paphos, is not like in Britain where you'd go to one supermarket and do everything. We tend to have like 3 or 4 places, some which are good for meat, some good for vegetables, some drinks, and that sort of thing, and we just go to more than one place. The fact that it's easier to park at all the supermarkets here probably makes that more viable. I'd hate to try doing the same thing in the UK. But now we're going through Kissonerga and we're going to Lempa now. And on the right here, past opposite Poppadoms, is where the main coast path from Paphos finishes. And just before that is where Sandy Bay Beach is. So you know where I'm talking about. And if you're familiar with my films, you'll know that also that means that Baraka's bar is on the right now. There's a nice sign for it. So we're going past that. And the Leonardo Laura Beach Hotel. It's a splash resort, I think they call it actually, and there is the splash part of it. I'm getting sick of seeing his boat in front of me. I think he goes in it. I think he goes now actually. There he goes. Bye bye. Pepperoni pizza. Now, you see that funny little camera picture on the floor there? You need to watch out for them and basically don't mess around when you come to these traffic lights that have that on the floor. Basically, if you see the light changing, don't try and accelerate to go through it. Just stop. Because they take no prisoners and the fine is something like €300. It may have changed recently, but I'm not sure. So basically, it's a bit of a brutal fine if you get caught on it. So I tend to err on the side of caution when I see that now. But it is clearly marked now. When they first came out, there was no indication that it was there at all, really. It was an expensive lesson to a lot of people. And now we're going through Chloraka. It's a very good petrol station on the right there. Oh, one other thing about supermarkets while I'm here. If you do visit a supermarket in Paphos and you're driving, do watch out for, there's a scam going around with people trying to change your windscreen wipers. Don't let them, basically. And the best way to stop them is to get your camera out or your phone out and start filming them. They'll soon back off. Or if you can't do that, make a loud noise, because basically if the security in the store hear about them, they'll chase them off. And the more people who do it, I mean, ideally what you do is contact the police and tell them, because the more people who moan about it, the more likely they are eventually to do something about it. Because at the moment they don't really see it as a crime, because I have no idea. I'm sure if you report it to the Nicosia police, you get a better response. But yes, the more people who make a stink about it and complain to the supermarkets themselves, or the municipality for that matter, the more likely people will take notice that tourists, as well as residents who live here, are getting bothered by these people who are basically trying to scam you, and they'll damage the car if they can as well. So I'll mention it here because that's about all I can do. I mean, I went to the police myself a few years ago and asked them about it, and the desk sergeant at Paphos police station just didn't see it as an issue. But it is, and it's affecting tourism. So the people who pay attention to such things need to listen. Anyway, there's the gateway to Paphos, or one of them we're just passing by. And now there's a little mystery here. Well, for us it was anyway. This has been driving me nuts, but I was with my daughter and she commented that the giraffe you can see on the right used to be on the left. Now, I'm of the age where I might get this sort of thing wrong and not realise it, and it might just be me. But when she said it, I realised that yes, they must have moved it. So for some reason, the giraffe has moved from one side of the road to the other. If I'm wrong, then it means my daughter's wrong as well. So please let me know. Anyway, we're turning left here because we're not going to the harbour where we might normally go. I'm going to go up through Moutallos to the little Mesogi road where we'll finish the film. And this is one of the many ways you can do that. It also conveniently avoids the centre of Paphos, which around lunchtime can be quite busy with cars. It's useful knowing where a few alternate routes are basically to get around Paphos, because it'll make your journey a lot more easy. We're going up through the lower part of Moutallos, I guess it is. And soon we'll be joining the road we've come on quite a few times before in these films, when we've avoided the centre of Paphos from the other direction. That's where we're going to come on. So we're going to take a sharp left here, and you're just below the cliffs. Followed by a sharp right at the top. There's the new cafe. Well, new, it's a couple of years old now, but you know what I mean. And there's a nice little chapel on the right up here as well, which we featured in the past. There it is. Getting past that. I believe there's a new stadium, a small football pitch that they built behind that school as well recently. Now we're in Moutallos proper. Now when you go down this road, be careful on the road we're just coming up to in the junction, and notice that there is a mirror on the opposite side here. Use that mirror because sometimes people can come down here quite quickly. There it is, that mirror there. Check that because it's a bit of a blind curve there, and be careful turning left here. Now you want this turning here. It's actually signposted, this one. And there's a little egg shop on the right, which is very popular. There's this strange building on the right up here, which they've been building for a few years now. I'm still not really sure what it's going to be, but it's looking more and more modern. It looked when they started if it's going to be a warehouse or something, but it's a bit posh for a warehouse now. And soon we'll be coming to the main Moutallos to Chloraka road that we've been on quite a few times before in film, and I was lucky with the traffic this time. I was able to wiggle my way through without having to pause the film. I always like it when I can do that. And in the last couple of minutes we'll be driving up this road to get to Lidl. So yes, I mean, you probably won't see any of these, I'm trying to think of a polite word for them, windscreen wiper salesmen, let's call them that. Because they don't, they're not like omnipresent, and they can't be in lots of places at once. I mean, I had operating around Pisuri recently, but I mean, they do move. I mean, I remember when the Paphos reservoir was overflowing and you had all the vendors up there. I mean, they appeared up there as well. And that was like a good 5 or 6 years ago, so it's been a problem for a while now. Anyway, I'm not going to go ranting about them again, but all I will say is if you report it to the shop, something might be done about it. If you don't do anything but leave a message on social media, probably nothing will happen because the people who want to see it won't see it. But this road has been renovated. Still keeps getting dug up, but I mean, they're only little things, but that's true of any place in the city, I guess. But compare the lack of potholes here compared to what you get back in the UK. So, we come from Covell Bay to Paphos on the coast road. I'm going to be doing one in the opposite direction soon that will be a definitive guide. At the moment it's quite hot outside though, which is why I haven't also done the walk from Sandy Bay to Kissonerga, but I will do that soon. It's just I want to be able to do it in some sort of comfort, and it's rather hot at the moment. But it's a good time to be lazing by the pool or the sea with a nice drink in your hand. And as we enter Little Car Park, I will bid you farewell, and I will say see you in the next film. Thank you very much for watching. Cheers.